Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night in Seattle, the Angels faced the Mariners ace, but they were able to power their ways past King Felix for a crucial 4-3 victory. Tonight, the Halos look to keep it going as the pursuit of the playoffs continues. Angels and Mariners next. Gorgeous night for baseball here in Seattle. The Angels with the victory last night, even up this series as today Major League Baseball celebrates Roberto Clemente Day. Tonight it is the finale of this three-game set, the rubber game, if you will, between the Angels and the Seattle Mariners. We welcome you inside Safeco Field and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my broadcast partner Mark Gubiza. And as we just pointed out to you, long ball was prevalent. And that's saying something considering Felix Hernandez, in his previous four starts against the Angels, had allowed a total of two runs. Last night, he gave up four.
Yeah, and they were both on home runs. A good swings throughout the game, especially with that long ball. Take a look at our AT&T versus Rewind. David Murphy got a pitch down. It was a changeup. It was supposed to go down and away. Got that bat head out quickly and drives it out for a three-run home run. His fourth career home run against King Felix. And speaking of four career home runs, he tried to go upstairs on an 0-2 pitch, a fastball upstairs. Mike Trout brought his hands inside the baseball and drove that out to left center field. Both these guys have had career home runs against Iwakuma, who's thrown the ball very well against the Angels himself. But Trout with a home run, Murphy with a home run in their career. Hopefully the same thing tonight.
Yeah, Trout's home run last night is 36th of his career, matching a career high, which he set last year. You mentioned Hisashi Iwakuma is on the mound for Seattle. The Angels will counter with their ace, Jared Weaver. And when we return here to Safeco Field, we will talk a little bit more about that pitching matchup. 3 of this 3-game set, the final meeting here in Seattle between these two teams. I mentioned going to break, Hisashi Iwakuma going for Seattle. And it's Jared Weaver on the mound for the Angels, coming off a very good start for him.
Yeah, really good fastball for Weaver last time out. Both were successful against their opponents. We were 14-11 against the Mariners. Iwakuma 7-2 versus the Angels. Both have thrown no-hitters in their career. Weaver a couple years back. Iwakuma this year back on August 12th versus Baltimore. Should be a very good pitching matchup.
We're just about ready for baseball here in Seattle. Sit back and relax. Going to bring you the lineups in the first pitch when we return. Get you to the lineups, especially since the Mariners haven't taken the field as of yet. We'll get you updated on the standings in both the American League West and the American League Wild Card. Texas with a half-game lead over the Astros, 4-game lead over the Angels. Texas currently thumping the Houston Astros. It is 12-1 in the 6th inning. They scored 6 runs in the first against Dallas Keuchel, the most runs he's allowed. He gave up 8, I think it was, or 9. 9 runs in his shortest outing in quite some time. The Angels, thus, if that score holds and a victory tonight, would pick up a game in the wild card standings and be 2.5 back going into Minneapolis for a 4-game series beginning tomorrow night against the Twins.
And Minnesota losing at this moment against Detroit in Minnesota.
Mariners taking a field, and we will take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for the Halos. Game number 145, and a very similar looking lineup, at least the top 8 for the Angels. The only change really at the bottom, so it's Murphy, Calhoun, and Trout, Pujols, Cron, Ibar, and then Freese, Perez, and Ryan Jackson tonight gets a start over at second base. He's 0 for 9 as an Angel, looking for his first hit wearing the Angels uniform. As they take on the 34-year-old right-handed native of Tokyo, Japan, his name is Hisashi Iwakuma.
Iwakuma fastball is 87-91, slider, cut fastball, curveball, and split finger fastball. My go-tos to be successful against Iwakuma. Don't think pull. He throws a lot of pitches on the outer part of the plate. Use the middle of the field or go the other way and capitalize on pitches up. He will give up the long ball. He's given up 16 home runs and a little over 102 innings pitched this season. That's 1.41 home runs per 9 innings against Iwakuma this year.
Check out his defense behind him tonight. It's Trumbo, Miller, and Smith in the outfield from left to right. Seager, Marte, Cano, and Montero from third to first, and Sucre behind the plate.
And Montero getting the start at first base, still making that adjustment to playing first base after being a catcher throughout his entire career. Has made 1 error in his 19th start at first base this year. I still think You force the issue with him, bunt down that first baseline, make him field his position.
Angels trying to have a little carryover effect, especially after getting to Felix Hernandez last night with the long ball. Iwakuma's had some success against the Angels. This is his third start this year. He's 1-1 with a 2.57 ERA. David Murphy led off last night. Steps to the plate. 284 hitter with 9 home runs and 41 runs batted in. Murphy looks at the strike. That's Brian O'Nora calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mark Riberger at first base. Kerwin Daly at second and Alan Porter at third. Little number. The third base side. Kuma's got it. Low throw, and Murphy is called out. One away.
So again, you see that footwork for Montero, still getting acclimated to that position at first base. A low throw from Iwakuma. Had plenty of time. He's lost the grip of the baseball. Low throw. Fortunate enough for Montero, is able to keep the foot on the base, although he did bobble the baseball, looked like just a little bit. Was he trying to secure that at first?
Cole steps in, hitting .264 with 23 home runs, 75 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night. And he takes low. Cole 0 for 7 in the series. For his last 17. That'll even account.
That's the type of pitches where you would like to see Cole just stay back and shoot that ball to left center field.
One and two. Iwakuma pitching his 13th game, 12th start in his career against the Angels. 7-2 with a 2.71. A lot of off-speed stuff. Keep you off balance.
Pitches away a lot with his fastball also. Shows in just enough. See there, he's trying to go inside. He's not fully committed to going inside, so he's going to elevate out of the strike zone. Again, you don't think in terms of trying to pull him. He's a fastball away. You got to shoot the ball the other way, especially as a left-handed batter.
Cole fouls it off, so the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Iwakuma making his 17th start of the season. Had a strained lat in late April. Second stint on the disabled list. Sometimes this was line to center. Good piece of hitting there. Goes down and gets it. And it's a 1-out single to put a man on for Trout.
And my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful against the Seattle club. A little REO Speedwagon. Keep pushing. That means keep being aggressive on the bases and attacking pitches that are mistakes made by a very good pitcher like they did last night against Ken Felix. Iwakuma, very solid, but he will make a mistake on occasion.
John had 1 hit last night. It was the home run in the 6th inning. Oh, 1 for 3 now with a walk as well. 294 hit, 36 home runs, 78 RBIs. Take outside. That is wearing their traditional road grays after wearing the red tops the first 2 games of the series. Long night ahead of them. Early morning arrival at Minneapolis. Two balls, no strikes. Trout, 233 hitter, 7 for 30. His career against Iwakuma with a home run, a couple of runs batted in.
Good count to do some searching for that fastball. 2-0 counts against Iwakuma this year. Hitters are 6 for 10. And they attack that fastball, especially for 2 home runs.
Something off on that one. Caught the inside corner. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And that's one of those pitches Trout would love back again. That's right in his wheelhouse.
Iwakuma's coming off a loss against Colorado. Gave up 3 runs on 8 hits and 6 1/3 here at Safeco. Down the line foul behind Sarcina. Not going to walk many guys. He's going to be around the strike zone. He's had 1 game this year. He kind of blew up, and that was against the White Sox. Had 4 walks in that one. Still picked up the win, allowing just 2 runs. A lot of stuff that moves for him. Pretty much every pitch he throws got some serious movement to it.
Most of his pitches start at the knees and go out of the strike zone. As a hitter, it's so important to make sure you make him elevate his pitches. Then they become much more hittable and don't have as much movement on it.
Two now. Trout strikes out swinging. 2 outs. Trout saying he foul tipped that one.
Sounded like it.
Fouled it and it went into the dirt. Brian Lenora says it did not. It doesn't even sound as if Onora, not sound, but it doesn't even look as if Onora is saying that ball is even foul tipped or fouled.
See if Trout indeed it sounded something. Yeah, that sounded like something. It was a foul ball. Now, whether he caught it before it hit the dirt, it didn't seem like he did that either.
No, that ball one hopped into the glove.
You can ask for help at that point.
So 2 outs. Calhoun at first base, and here's Albert. It's 9th time the Trout has struck out against Iwakuma in his career. Albert takes a slow breaking ball.
And it's one of those pitches starting at the knees and ends up in the dirt.
Albert 0 for his last 12. Hitting .243 now with 35 home runs and 83 runs batted in. One ball, 1 strike. Angels last night, total of 6 hits. They were able to get that long ball. 2 of them hit their 4 runs. Did have other opportunities to score. He just went 1 for 9 with men in scoring position. Felix Hernandez ended up pitching 7 innings. I think Tropiano picked up the win with the requisite 5 innings, and Joe Smith closed it out for the Angels. Cole with a 1-out single, Stowns at first. That's down low. 2-2.
And your goal as a hitter against Iwakuma is try to get him to elevate his pitches. See how he tries to paint that outside corner with his fastball, staying down and staying away.
Just underway, Iwakuma, slow worker. Got Murphy to dribble one back to the mound. Calhoun with a single to center, and Trout struck out. 2-2 now. Albert reaches for this one, shoots it out to left. Trumbo has to go back on it now and makes the catch on the track for the third out. Nothing doing for the Angels here. The first one to the bottom of the inning, scoreless. Pitches, so we will take a look at Lloyd McClendon's starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. Very similar looking lineup to the first two games. Marte, Seager, and Cruz in the top third. Cruz, of course, the DH. Cano, Smith, and Trumbo, with Trumbo tonight getting the start in left. Montero at first base tonight. Bill Miller back in center for the second consecutive night. Jesus Sucre batting ninth, doing the catching. They take on Jared Weaver, making his 23rd start of the season. 7-10 with a 4.71 ERA.
Yeah, mentioned 14-11 in his career versus the Mariners. Solid ERA, just over 3 for Weaver. But my go-tos, especially what I saw last game out from Weaver, a lot more consistency with the velocity on his fastball. Average fastball around 85 miles per hour. He got up as far as and high as 87, which set up his very good curveball, change, and slider. Was more confident with his fastball.
Ketel Marte, the switch hitting shortstop, hitting .268. Very good speed. That will leave the count at 1-1. Marte last night 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. That's 10 doubles, a triple, and 10 runs batted in. Called up on July 31st. On the outside corner.
Good movement on that no-seam fastball from Weaver.
He was feeling pretty good in his last start. That was against Houston. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, worked 6 innings. Struck out 7 and walked 2. Breaking ball, slice foul. If you give it a look, but it's in the seats. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Another cool night. Roof is open. No threat of rain tonight. So we've had 3 pretty nice days as far as weather is concerned here in Seattle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As a matter of fact, it's the first time we've seen clouds. The sun was out all day today. 2-2. Marte lifts one out the left. This one playable for Murphy. There's the first out of the bottom of the first. The Angels defensively have the aforementioned David Murphy at left, Mike Trout at center. Cole Calhoun in right, the infield with David Freese and Eric Ibar on the left side. Ryan Jackson and C.J. Cron on the right. Carlos Perez back behind the plate again.
Just like we planned it. David Murphy out in left field. His 22nd start in left field for the Angels. Has 0 errors, 1 of 10 Angels to start in left field this season. Has been very solid, not only with the bat, but some good coverage out in left field. Going back on the baseball and also coming in on the baseball.
Seager looks at strike 1. Mariner third baseman. It's 24 home runs and 66 runs batted in. Just missed one last night. Hitting one to the power alley in right center field, but Cole Calhoun tracking it in. Go on 2. for 3. This one lined toward right center field, and this one's going to hit the base of the wall. Seager on his way to second. He was in there with a 1-out double. That ball comes all the way to Weaver. Third double of the season for Kyle.
We've already seen enough of that gap power from both Seager brothers. We saw his brother in the Big A for the Dodgers. This time, where Kyle Seager went down and got that pitch, an all-speed pitch, changeup, went down and got it. One hops the wall. Cole getting in quickly, but a double is 33rd for Kyle Seager.
Man in scoring position for Nelson Cruz, the DH. Cruz hit his 42nd home run of the season last night in the first inning. Ended up going 1 for 4. 88 runs batted in now for Cruz. This one fouled off to the right. This one fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Down goes Cruz. Breaking ball gets him. 2 down.
In that exact location, Weaver won it on that slider, 78-mile-an-hour slider, but Nelson Cruz pulled off on that pitch and unable to make contact. See, that front shoulder opens up for him just enough off that pitch to get a swing and miss, because that location not exactly where Weaver wanted it, but the result is.
Seager still at second. Cano will bat here, the second baseman, cleanup hitter. 2 outs. Man in scoring position. Robinson hitting .279, 16 home runs, 65 runs batted. It takes inside. Cano had an 0 for 2 night last night with a couple of walks.
Cano, a .372 hitter career-wise against Weaver. You have an open base. You don't have to give in to him at any point in this at-bat.
Down and in. Another left-handed batter, Seth Smith on deck. It's the second start that Weaver has made. He spent some time on the disabled list, that hip injury. They have 4 runs on 8 hits and 6 innings of work. His one and only start against Seattle prior to this one. Two one now. Cano pulls a foul. Took a pitch that was in off the plate. Rolls a foul.
Look, he cut that fastball inside at 83. Very difficult for a hitter to keep that one fair. A lot of times what you try to do after you do a cut fastball in like that, you come back with your no-seam or two-seam fastball. So I'm thinking that Weaver may start him with a curveball here instead.
2-2. It's a changeup. Misses low, not by much either. Full count. And like you said, if issues the walk, he issues the walk. No harm, no foul. He's a very dangerous hitter, although Smith has swung the bat well in the series.
You just go off of career numbers. if you're Weaver, you feel much better going after Smith than you would be against Cano.
Seager with a one-out double in scoring position. 3-2 pitch. Down goes Cano. Back-to-back breaking balls. A very slow curveball. Gets him. We'll head to the second with no score. '25th. Halos will be taking on these Mariners. That's a 7:05 start. It's Oktoberfest. The fans in attendance will receive a boot mug courtesy of Shock Top Ball Supplies last. So get there early, by the way.
All
Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com.
I'm there early.
Yeah. We're going to take a couple of them.
Yes.
Just telling you right now.
No question.
Crone, Ibar, and Freeze here in the second against Iwakuma. CJ hitting .272, 14 home runs, 42 RBIs. 0 for 3 last night with a walk. Mentioned last night the Angels had opportunities, but just went 1 for 9. They've struggled since going back to Labor Day. Last 8 games, the Angels have just hit 7 for 48 with men in scoring position. This one's hit towards second. Cano has it. Rather nonchalant. Throws out Chrome for the first out.
No wasted effort there for Robinson Cano on that ground ball.
Eric Ibar, 266 hitter this year. That on base percentage not where you want it to be as he lifts one out to center. There's on base percentage coming into tonight at .299 since the first pitch. And he is out number 2. 2 very quick outs, and David Freese will come up.
Freeze 4 for 16 against Iwakuma, one of those hits being a home run.
Takes low. David, of course, hit by a pitch last night in his first plate appearance, leading off the 3rd inning. Was fired up about it. Angels ended up getting that 3-run blast by Murphy in that 3rd inning. Ended up going 1 for 3.
Seemed to spark the club, that energy he brought after getting hit with that pitch by Felix Hernandez.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeze goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Iwakuma. And we will head to the bottom of the second with no score. Montero for Seattle here in the bottom of the second. Jared gave up the 1-out double to Seager in the first inning and then struck out Cruz and Cano to get out of that first. Seth Smith, .249 average with 11 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Before yesterday, reached on the fielder's choice in the fourth inning. He scored on the single by Gutierrez. Pretty good set and a great call by Rich Donnelly, the third base coach. It's that ball that Gutierrez hit out to left center, cut off by Murphy, and then the miscommunication between Ibar and Featherston. Smith never stopped running. A 3 RBI game in the first game of the series. Breaking ball just missed low. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
One thing about Weaver, he can get back into counts with his secondary pitches, whether it's his curveball or his changeup.
Missed upstairs, 3-1. Mariners picked up Smith in the offseason for Brandon Maurer, the pitcher. Now 32 years of age. 3-1, caught the corner. Full count. Originally a second round pick in 04 by the Rocks. Three-two now with Trumbo on deck, and he walked him. First free pass issued by Jared. Trumbo will come to the plate.
On a 3-2 count, Weaver trying to paint the outside corner with his fastball. Mislocation. Upset with himself from the leadoff walk.
Trumbo back at left field. He was at first base last night. Swings through the first one. 257 with Seattle with 12 home runs. 37 runs batted in. Combined hit 21 home runs this year. He had 9 with the Diamondbacks before the trade. 60 runs batted in. No balls, 2 strikes. Got a chance to catch up with his former teammates through the first 2 games. Trumbo was well liked. Homegrown product, hometown boy.
Villa Park High School.
Yeah. Skies one on the left side. There, David Freese calling for it. Well, thought about going that way, but David takes charge, and there's out number 1.
If you do remember about Trumbo, he will chase fastballs upstairs. That one at 86 miles an hour. Best fastball as far as velocity in this game so far for Weaver.
I know we were talking about it off air, but specifically about Trumbo. If he were still with this ball club, he'd probably be the leader of this team.
Yeah, no doubt.
As a position player.
Yes.
He's that type of personality. Has the charisma. Has the respect of his teammates.
Plays the game the right way.
This one cued over to first. Cron ends up having to lay out for that one. That ball had a lot of spin on it, so Montero is retired for round number 2. Smith ends up at scoring position now.
Pretty important, too, when you consider Montero against Weaver. 5 for 10 with 4 home runs. Fooled him. I'm out in front of that one. Better off just making that play right there. That's why you always go to first base if you're a pitcher. You're watching at home, always. Anything hit to that side of the field, always cover the base. Even though you would think the first baseman's going to throw the second, that would have been a difficult throw for C.J. Cron. Took the out instead.
Brad Miller looks at a strike. Second consecutive night getting a start at center field. O'Malley started there 2 nights ago. This one pulled down the right field line. If it's fair, it is gone, and that is foul.
Really close. Fastball was upstairs, 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Now let him get his arms extended and just hooks it foul.
Miller just 2 for 15 in his career against Weaver. An 0-2 count. There's an 84-mile-per-hour fastball from Weaver. Down and in.
Again, you don't want to go away from your fastball using it against Miller, but you're still best off against him. For Weaver, change up and curveballs. Fastball, stay down and away as compared to trying to go inside.
There's the off-speed pitch. Just got a piece of it. Keeps his at-bat alive. Breaking pitch, and yanks this one foul.
Broke his bat on that one. And your tendency to think as a pitcher is these spots right now after a slow breaking ball, he pulled it foul, you're going to try to sneak a fastball by him. I think if you're going to throw a fastball, it has to be down and away. You can still come back with the changeup.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff walk, a pop-up, and a ground out. The ground out moving Smith into scoring position. Miller hits this one off the end of the bat towards shallow left field. Murphy has to race in, calls off Ibar, and makes the catch for the third out. 2 complete here in Seattle. We're still scoreless. Talked about Oktoberfest and the Game 1 Music Garden. Come enjoy live German music, dancing, and beer tasting from Left Coast and Golden Road. Purchase your tickets at the stadium box office or online.
Quite a few Angel fans here again.
8-1 for the Angels here in the third. Perez, Jackson, and Murphy. Carlos last night a career game. First 3-hit game. 2 doubles and a single. Scored a run. 3 for 4 overall. Lays off. He wanted to pee, only didn't go. Playing pretty much every day. At least he has. Going back to last Wednesday. Pulls this one down the line. That is a fair ball. Sneaks it just over the bag. Carlos on his way to second. That's his third double in 2 nights.
The doubles machine here at Safeco. Yeah, we're probably going to see the same type of thing asked for the number 9 hitter tonight, with Carlos Perez picking up another double. Like a split finger fastball, instead of going straight down, ran on the inner half of the plate, and he hooks a break down the third base line for his 12th double this season.
Ryan Jackson has a couple of sacrifices for the Angels this year. He's 0 for 9 with the Halos. His career, he's 2 for 33 at the major league level. Taylor Featherston had an awful time trying to get a bunt down last night. And Jackson pushes one on the third base side. Nobody's covering third. Jackson gets thrown out. Nice play by Iwakuma to redirect the throw to first base and retire Jackson for out number 1.
Yeah, under control. He fields his position so well, Iwakuma. Doesn't allow many stolen bases against him. Only won this entire season, but also gets off the mound extremely fast. See, that's the old school way. That number 1 play you would put on, where you would get over that third base line as a pitcher. You tell your third baseman to stay back. He's ready to make that throw. And then he has to recoup and do a perfect throw to Cano at first base to get Jackson. Well done, though, Ryan Jackson. That's not an easy play for a pitcher, especially when you're thinking you're going to throw to one position and then have to turn around and fire the ball all the way back across the diamond.
Infield halfway for Seattle with Murphy at the plate. Down and in. David hit a little number back to the mound in the first inning on an off-speed pitch. He's 0 for 1. 2 balls, no strikes. Two all. Perfect. Got a piece of it, fouls it back. That's 2-1. We'll just get the sacrifice. A man at third, 1 out. To Murphy or Calhoun to get the Angels on the board. No score here in the third. Carlos with the leadoff double. Now the 2-1. Murphy grounds this one to second. No, comes home and the throw.
As there's no path to the plate there, you wonder there if Mike Sosa's going to ask about that.
Sucre made the catch as that throw went in toward the runner. Perez is thrown out for the second out.
Tino Weeble on the phone right there. Quickly Cano with that quick release he has. Well, that's one of those plays. The throw took him into that baseline. Contact play being on. Perfect throw from Robinson Cano.
See, that's one of those plays as a base runner. There's nothing in the rule book that states you cannot go through a catcher.
You have to at that point. There's no
absolutely
at all.
There's no reason to slide right there. You're not even near the home plate area. You can go through a catcher, especially if he's blocking your way and he has the baseball. Everyone's so fearful of that now with the new rules. I don't think we've ever seen a collision yet, but the rules certainly allow for it to happen. Struggles with men in score position over the last week continue. 2 outs. Murphy at first. Calhoun singled up the middle in the first inning. 1 for 1. Breaking pitch misses outside. Even the count. Pitch and drive there.
That's one of those mistakes we talked about early in the game against Iwakuma. He'll make some mistakes. That was certainly a zone. As you see Cole Calhoun take a long walk around that home plate area. That was a pitch you can drive. That was that fastball that was upstairs enough to hit out of the ballpark.
One, two. Cole strikes out, swinging, and the Angels waste a golden opportunity to strike first. Run to the bottom of the third with no score. At Fox Sports West, and the Angels are excited to announce you can download and use the new Angels players emojis using your iPhone or Android device. We are unveiling one new player emoji during each game broadcast through tomorrow. Tonight, it's Eric Ibar. Log on angels.com/emoji and download it now.
Amazing.
Put a Red Sox hat on there. It's Big Poppy. It's interchangeable.
Oh, yeah.
Sucre, Marte, and Seager. 9-1-2 against Jared Weaver. He stranded a couple of base runners in scoring position tonight. .38 game for Sucre this year. 124 average with a home run. 4 runs batted in. Pops this one up. C.J. Cron to foul territory. Puts it away for the first down.
Jared Weaver, if he can pick up a W tonight, will pass the great Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan on the all-time win list as far as Angels pitchers. Chuck Finley at the top at 165, but Weaver and Ryan tied at 138.
Trying to be all alone in the number 2 spot. Breaking ball for a strike. Tay doesn't like it. Shortstop hit a fly ball to shallow left in the first inning. 21-year-old, native of the Dominican Republic. Fouls this one back 0-2.
Pulled that curveball a little bit more so on the inside part of the plate. Carlos Perez wanted to start that one on the outer half of the plate. Very difficult to stay back on a curveball that part of the plate when it's outside at 63.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Bouncer back up the middle. Ibar to his left has it, and not going to get to Speedy Marte. Nice play by Eric Ibar. But with that speed, especially from the left side of the plate, tough to get him out.
Showing great range. He's over on the second base side of the base. Firm throw, but Marte is too quick. Clearly beats it out. Foot on the base and beyond. The baseball goes into the glove of C.J. Cron. Now you have to worry about Marte trying to steal a base. Keep in mind, Weaver with 2 pickoffs this year. His best pickoff is when he steps off quickly and then fires over the first.
Texas has defeated the Astros. And the Angels with an opportunity to pick up a game in the wild card standings. Be 2 back in the loss column. Seager takes outside. He doubled in the first inning, his 33rd of the year. Eventually stranded in scoring position. Minnesota, by the way, trailing right now 2-1. But they've got runners at second and third with 1 out. They're playing at home, hosting the Tigers. 1 ball and strike. Scores that matter for the Angels. The Houston, Texas game, and of course Minnesota. Cleveland won tonight. Cleveland's behind the Angels in the wild card race.
They're back to 500, 72 and 72.
Game and a half behind the Angels. Quick throw to first. Marte is back. 7 stolen bases. He's been caught 3 times.
comes down to you just have to play consistent baseball, have to win these games. You got a big 4-game set coming up with those Minnesota Twins starting tomorrow, but you have to win this game tonight.
Breaking pitch, foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Got a pretty good feel for that slow curveball tonight. Struck out Cruz and Cano on breaking pitches in the first inning. Only 2 strikeouts. He's picked out 1 walk. And now 2 hits allowed. The double by Seager and the infield base hit by Marte with 1 out here in the 3rd. Marte takes off. The pitch is upstairs. The throw down to second. Goes into the runner. It ricochets out into shallow left center. If the throw's on the bag, they get him. And by plenty, it seems. Carlos will get charged with an error, allowing Marte to advance to 3rd.
Because it was a high fastball, much easier pitch to throw. As a catcher, the release was quick. Throw runs right into Marte. Yeah, they're going to get him if that ball was at the base. Quick release. But tailing action on the throw for Perez and forcing now the infield in. They're definitely going to get him. Fortunately enough for Ergy, he didn't go right into the slide for Marte.
Mike Scioscia holding things up here, trying to figure out what they could be looking at. Maybe if he touched. Okay, this sounds to me like they're going to appeal second base. He never touched the bag then. Because Mike was looking back at Dino. It's kind of an odd time for him to come out here. That's all I can think of here. So he slid into second, popped up, and then just went to 3rd without touching the base, maybe? That's my guess.
It's an odd visit right there. It's also what they're going to try to do, and they're going to appeal second. They're going to have him go into stretch position, step off the pitching rubber, then throw to second.
Kerwin Danley's the second base umpire, so he'll step off. He'll look the runner back, throw to second base, and he's out. He never touched second base. So he slid into the bag, into the area, never touched the base before advancing to 3rd.
That's an excellent job by the whole coaching staff of the Angels to see that and to make that call and have Mike Scioscia run out to Jared Weaver to make sure to go through the proper protocol as far as what you're supposed to do. And he looks like he's a little short of the base right there and still hasn't touched the base because that baseball was in front. He hasn't touched the base yet.
Never touched it. Went everywhere around it. 2-2. Seager skies one out to deep right field. This could be trouble. Cole racing back. Almost the same exact spot as last night. 3rd out. How about that?
The old deja vu all over again?
Exactly. A long out. It's the 3rd out here in the 3rd. We'll head to the 4th with no score. thrown coming up. Marte gets thrown out, caught stealing 1-6. One of the more unusual caught stealings. You see him shaking his head, just never touched the bag. And the Angels appealing on that play.
Again, credit the Angels coaching staff for quickly checking that one out and finding that he never did touch second base.
Trout looks at a breaking ball for a strike. And Weaver was going to work from the full windup to Seager with a man at third base. And that's why Socia had to call time and explain everything. Got to work from the stretch. Come set. Because the minute you step on the rubber, it's live action.
Yeah.
So if he throws the ball away, Marte can advance.
Yeah, and you have to come to that stop and then step off the normal way you would on the pitching rubber.
Now that being said, that would have been fun to watch too.
You start to go?
Start to go. Now, I'd have to look at the rule book, Gooby, but let's assume Weaver steps off, right? Fires over the head of Ibar. The ball goes into center field. Marte comes in.
Yeah.
Is now the appeal dead, or can you go back and appeal it?
I think you would still bring the baseball back to second base.
With Marte now in the dugout.
Yes.
Trout fouls it off.
That was an odd play, I'll tell you. You go to a ball game every single night and you think, well, I'll see something new each and every time. I've never seen that before.
Well, the advantage being for the Angels anyway, they're on the third base side of the dugout. So everyone to a man is standing along the railing can see towards second base. You can see probably the separation between the foot and the bag. And someone saying, hey, he never touched the base. Trout goes down swinging for the second time. And there's out number one.
And going back to that again, Marte's looking to see where the ball is and never makes contact with the base. He's all around the base. There, back around, even when he gets up to start going towards third, spins around and still never made contact with the base. He's trying to track the baseball. But most times as a steal, you're content first and foremost to get in second base. And then he sees the ball away from him and tries to go.
Iwakuma's picked up 4 strikeouts now. He's allowed 2 hits. Albert 0 for 1 with a fly ball to left. Big play. Otherwise, you're talking about a sac fly with Seager hitting that ball out to right center. Seattle's up 1-0. Two balls, 1 strike. Albert trying to pull that outside pitch. It's a little slow roller back to the mound. 2 outs. Angel fans, time for you to tweet us your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag WestStateAStrongFan for a chance to see yourself in an upcoming Angels broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile.
And a couple of things we said are going to be key against Iwakuma's not chasing that pitch down and out of the strike zone, not trying to pull the baseball. So far, he's worked his magic once again.
A light little sprinkle here, so the roof closed. Crowan fouls this one back. This is bothering folks here in Seattle, this little mist that is falling. Oh well.
Had a dry summer though, from what I heard.
Yeah.
Lately though, they've got some rain.
0-1 pitch. Oh, chase the high fastball. TJ grounded out to Cano in the second.
Certainly got a lot of rain over the last few days back home in LA. There's supposed to be more coming next week.
We'll be in Houston. Long road trip. One, two. Down goes Crowan. A 1-2-3 inning for Iwakuma. He's got 5 strikeouts on the night. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score.
Trucks, you talk about a 5-tool player Roberto Clemente was. The 1971 World Series against Baltimore. Baltimore was favored in that win, but Clemente's Pirates dominated once again. Tremendous career for Clemente. 15-time All-Star, won 4 batting titles. Phenomenal outfielder, 12 straight Gold Gloves, one of the best throwing arms you will ever see in that right field position. Won the 1960 and 1971 World Series on the Roberto Clemente Day here, September 16th.
The Angels nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award is Hector Santiago. It will be announced later on after the season's over. It's all about philanthropic work. Originally the Commissioner's Award, but got renamed the Roberto Clemente Award in 1973 in honor of the late great Puerto Rican.
Remember that 1971 World Series. At that point, I was a Baltimore Oriole fan because the Phillies didn't win a whole lot of games at that point. He was phenomenal in that World Series.
Cruz, Cano, and Smith for Seattle here in the 4th. Nelson struck out swinging in the first inning. 2 strikeouts for Weaver. Twins leading the Tigers now 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Still batting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The final in Texas was 14-3 Rangers over the Astros, with 1 more game to be played tomorrow night. 2-2. Cruz hits one out the left. That'll get down for a base hit. Cruz will stop at first. It's a leadoff single. Jammed him. The hitter where Murphy wasn't.
He jammed him on a changeup.
Cano struck out on a slow breaking pitch in the first inning. He skies one to right. It's going to stay in the yard. Cole comes in a couple of steps. 1 down.
Just missed that one. That was really high on the fastball. Was 82 on the inner part of the plate. He knew he had a pitch to do some damage, just got underneath it. Weaver keeps it in the yard.
So it's Seth Smith coming to the play with a man on, 1 out. Drew a walk in the second inning. The only walk that Weaver's issued tonight. Good off-speed pitch for a strike. Playing surface now fully covered by the roof.
It's pretty cool watching this roof all the way over the field and playing surface.
Pretty cool little carport.
He did a fantastic job with the stadium.
Little number on the third base line. That's going to go for an infield base hit. Nothing you can do. Line drive in the box score. 2 on, 1 out now for Trumbo.
Then a little fastball pulled off the end of the bat. See his front shoulder opening up for Seth Smith. He's made contact. There's nothing anybody can do on that one. You're going to have some odd swings, some flares, and some dribblers when you face Weaver because he changes speed so well.
Trumbo chases the breaking ball. Popped out to Freeze in the second inning. This one out toward left center field. Murphy coming in, calling for it. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Get another swing, the baseball off the end of the bat. Slow curveball at 69 miles an hour against Trumbo from Weaver.
Montero hit one off the end of the bat and grounded one to C.J. Cron in the second. He's 0 for 1. Cruz the base runner at second. Smith at first. That is hit well out to deep left field. Murphy racing back, turns around, 3-0 Seattle. Jesus Montero continues to swing a very good bat against Jared Weaver and gives the Mariners a 3-0 lead.
Now his 5th career home run against Weaver. Well, you would think coming into this game, why would Logan Marshall be playing first base? But then we look at the numbers for Montero. He stayed back on that breaking ball very well and hits that one out to left center field for a 3-run home run. His 4th home run of the season.
Base is clear now for Brad Miller. What we've seen from Iwakuma has been good stuff tonight. Tough task for the Angels as Miller takes ball 1. Miller skied one to left field to end the second. So he's 0 for 1.
That's amazing. 5 career home runs in just 12 at bats. stayed back on that curveball well. A lot of hitters are always out in front. You saw that pitch before against Trumbo. Curveball out in front off the end of the bat, but he stayed back well.
Miller goes down swinging, and the inning is over, but not before Jesus Montero hits his 4th home run of the season, a 3-run shot to give Seattle a 3-0 lead. EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. This car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com. And by AT&T Uverse. More live channels on the go than cable. The Angels have their hands full with Hisashi Iwakuma through 4 innings. The right-hander with 5 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed, and now stakes to a 3-0 lead, courtesy of Jesus Montero in his 4th home run of the season. His 5th career home run against Jared Weaver. 51 pitches for Iwakuma. He's scheduled to face Ibar Fraser Perez here in the 5th. Eric looks at the strike. Eric saw 1 pitch in the 2nd and hit a fly ball to center field. So he's 0 for 1.
Very important for the offense to respond this inning. A 3-run home run by Montero against Weaver. He'll be right back in the game against a very tough pitcher. He's had success against you, Iwakuma.
1 ball, 2 strikes. You get a guy like that, Montero's got those type of numbers against you.
I never throw him a strike. Never throw him a strike. I just don't throw him a strike because he's going to swing because he thinks he sees the ball so well out of your hand.
This one out to deep right field. Smith pulls up. It's off the wall. Barehanded by the left-handed outfielder. Fires it in, but Ibar in there with a leadoff double. Eric with his 26th double of the season.
It's a good swing from Eric. And looking for that offense to respond right back. It's a good swing from Eric Ibar. Trying to go upstairs with a fastball. And that's what you wanted to get from Iwakuma, something upstairs. And he crushes this one to the wall. The mid part of the wall, just missed a home run. Yeah, get back to your point, Victor, about a guy who's had great swings against you. You kind of try to use that against him because he doesn't want to walk. So you have to force him to swing at pitches out of the strike zone. If you walk him, so be it.
Freeze over the top of that first pitch. It's an 0-1 count. He struck you out down the 2nd. David goes down swinging on 3 pitches, 1 out.
Every one of those pitches is exactly what you try to lay off of against Iwakuma. Something downstairs that starts at the knees. No chance it's going to stay anywhere near that part. It looked like David was trying to hit that ball, at the very least, to the right side of the infield. Very difficult pitch to make contact when you're expanding the zone like that.
Ibar at second base with 1 out now. Here's Carlos. Doubled down the third base line his first time up. Fouls that fastball back. Iwakuma with a no-hitter on August the 12th against the Orioles. 5th no-hitter in Mariners history. It was his first MLB complete game.
Might as well be a good one.
Yeah, that it was. Second Japanese-born pitcher through an MLB no-hitter. Hideo Nomo the other. One ball, 1 strike.
Randy Johnson, Felix with a perfect game. That 6-pitcher combined no-hitter. Chris Basio.
Yeah. Pitching coach for the Cubs. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
Remember the real good slider he had.
Two one on the way. She's got a piece of it. Fouls it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Iwakuma going back to that no-hitter on August 12th against Baltimore. That great fastball working. And he's got movement on all his pitches. You always need a nice defensive player or 2 made behind you. And Iwakuma, there it was, no-hitter. 116 pitches, 77 strikes that day against Baltimore.
Carlos takes a called strike 3. Just touched the outside corner. 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Iwakuma.
He paints this outside corner. So he can try to bring back a 2-seam fastball, get in the lower part of the strike zone, corner our Fox tracks.
7th strikeout of the night. And Ryan Jackson is done after 1 at-bat. Matt Joyce is going to pinch hit here.
Joyce 4 for 14 in his career versus Iwakuma.
1 for 10 as a pinch hitter this year. A 176 overall average with 5 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Ibar still standing at second. A leadoff double for him. Featherston will take over at second base, I would imagine. Check swing foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Handles 0 for 3 with men in scoring position tonight. 1-2. Seattle with a 3-0 lead, courtesy of the Montero home run with 2 outs in the 4th. Joyce foul tips that one into the mid. Iwakuma after the leadoff double strikes out the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Mariners up 3-0. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. As expected, Taylor Featherston takes over at second base. Bat in the 9th spot. Weaver to face 9, 1-2. Jesus Sucre, the catcher, popped out his first time up. Takes the breaking pitch. Ball 1. Halos with 3 hits, Seattle with 5. Good change up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking pitch. They wanted a peel, and he didn't go. 3-1 now. Off the end of the bat and foul. Full count. Just never know with all its spin whether or not that ball comes back into play.
And you're going to see that a lot against Weaver, whether it's his fastball. That was an 82-mile-an-hour fastball, or his changeup, a curveball, or slider. Going off the timing of a hitter.
This one lined towards short. Ibar can't handle it. Gets underneath the glove. Sucre on board with a leadoff single.
Fastball upstairs. Sucre brought his hands up and then got the barrel of the bat on that baseball against Weaver. Stay back on that one well. Gets it by, just by Eric Ibar at shortstop.
Ketel Marte, the shortstop, 1 for 2. Fouls this one off to even the count.
Involved in that crazy play in which he missed second base on a stolen base attempt. Went to third after the ball hit him as he slid in towards second.
This one lined, and Crone's got it for the out, and will turn it into a double play. 2 down.
There's nothing you could do if you're Sucre on that one. That was just a rocket. And that prep step in preparation for that line drive. Nice play by C.J. Crone. That low liner from Marte.
That ball was smoked.
75 pitches thrown for Weaver. 35 of those 75 the first 2 innings.
Seager takes down and in. 1 for 2 now with a double and a fly ball to right. Double for Seager's 33rd. Stranded in scoring position in that first inning. Now Seager gets hit by a pitch, and Weaver gets tossed. Brian Honora has just ejected Jared Weaver.
Well, after calling timeout and emphatically keep putting his hand up to call timeout, Weaver threw up and in on him and hit him.
He does it all the time. He's in the batter's box and still has the hand up for time. To me, once you're in the batter's box, it's go time. And Weaver got tired of waiting. They exchanged words, but Honora immediately ejecting Weaver.
It's a pretty quick ejection.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's almost as if Weaver had no choice but to throw something inside when you see him doing that, and you keep looking at him with his hand up.
Not only that, yell something at him as well.
Yes.
The Angels will have to go to their bullpen now. That's something that you don't want to go through as we go back and take a look at this. You see Honora's got time. Seager's got time.
Yeah, I mean, and he's saying something there also.
We're going to step away for a moment. Jared Weaver's been ejected. So whomever comes in will have all the time in the world. It's Mike Moore. Seattle up 3-0. words and even glances with Kyle Seager. This is what happened. This is the first time. See where Seager's in the batter's box. I don't know why he's got the hand up. He's in the batter's box. Well, Nora is telling Weaver to go. Weaver goes, and Seager obviously gets upset, and they have words.
Then he drills him in the shoulder area. I mean, after saying all those things, you almost have no choice but to throw the ball inside like that. Again, when you're in the batter's box, you're prepared to swing the bat.
That's what I don't understand. If Brian O'Nora had explained, or at least had given no indication a time was called, just because Seager's got the hand up, what does that mean? I mean, it's up to the umpire to determine whether or not we're ready to go. And obviously O'Nora was ready to go, as was Weaver initially.
Yeah.
And then the second time it occurred.
You're talking about a pace of a game when you're waiting to get comfortable in the batter's box.
Right.
Again, we always hate to say back in the day when you see like Bob Gibson or late Don Drysdale, if you saw somebody with a hand up like that for that long or trying to dig in there at the plate, we've known what those guys had said to batters before when they do that same type of thing.
But see, it's noticeable now because they had the exchange of words and Weaver hit Seager. But Seager does this every pitch.
Yeah.
Every single pitch, he puts the hand up there asking for time. And O'Nora, with a quick trigger, ejects Weaver after the exchange. Now, perhaps O'Nora's going back to last night and Freeze yelling something into the dugout for the Angels, obviously, and both benches being warned at that time, and there's no incident after that.
Maybe
Try
that's
to
why
nip it in the bud here.
Yeah, maybe that's why the quick trigger. But that's all predicated on what we just saw on the mound and at home plate. It had nothing to do with any other player or pitcher involved in this game.
So Morin gets as much time as needed to get ready. It's a 3-0 Seattle lead. 2 outs and a man at first. He'll be facing Nelson Cruz. Morin pitching his 36th game at the major league level. 1-1 record, a 6.58 ERA, 26 innings, 27 hits. His 30 strikeouts and 8 walks. Now Sosha asking if the other side's been warned here, or if there are any warnings. I didn't see any.
No, it was just a quick ejection. It seemed like he went over and warned anybody.
Sorry, in and out, who's in, who's out. Now, what I was saying was, as the ejection happened, the Angels don't have an off day until next Thursday. It's unfortunate because now the bullpen has to soak up these innings. Weaver 4 2/3, 6 hits, including the home run of Montero, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. Nelson Cruz with a strikeout and a single. He's also scored a run. Looked like he went around. He did. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Went upstairs with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Could not stop the swing. Nelson Cruz.
Changeup. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Morin pitched in Monday's game, went 2/3 of an inning with a couple of strikeouts. Two one. Cruz swinging a miss.
A good changeup for Morin there. We're trying to deal with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs to a changeup downstairs at 72. Throw over the first base, looks like.
Two now. Cruz takes a fastball for a called strike 3, and the inning is over. A lot of hoopla with the Weaver ejection, but Ford finishes off the inning. We'll head to the 6th. The Angels still down 3-0.
Ground ball to Robinson Cano. Yes! Carlos Perez at the plate. And then with 2 on, Luis Montero continues to swing the bat well against Jerry Weaver. A 3-run home run to left center field, his 5th career against Weave. Then the timeout called by Seager and the conversation back and forth, and then drills him in the shoulder area. Gets ejected. Weaver for hitting Seager after trying to call timeout.
Top of the order for the Angels against Iwakuma. It's Murphy, Calhoun, and Trout. 8 strikeouts for Iwakuma. No walks, 3 hits allowed. Murphy 0 for 2. Halos have had 2 leadoff doubles and have not been able to score a run. Murphy reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. th pitch of the night for Iwakuma, 48 strikes. Three and 1.
He's trying to center in on a pitch to drive now. If you're Murphy, decent numbers in his career versus Iwakuma coming into the game. 7 for 25 with a home run and 4 RBI.
Drives this one out towards center field, chasing Brad Miller back, still racing back at the wall. That is gone. A big fly for David Murphy to center field, his 10th of the season, and the Angels get on the board.
That's doing some damage against a guy you've had pretty decent success, especially getting in a good count. When fastball, lower part of the strike zone, and he jumps on it. Runs it back-to-back games now. That leadoff spot for Murphy. Great setting up away. He's reaching back across the plate on that low fastball. Center field home run for Murphy.
17th home run allowed by Iwakuma this year. Base is clear. Nobody out. Cole at the plate. In Minneapolis, Kevin Jepsen has blown the save, so the Tigers lead the Twins now in the ninth. Cole takes a big rip, comes up empty. Pitch was down. Cole 1 for 2 with a base hit and a strikeout. Tigers, by the way, still batting in the ninth inning. Oh, 2.
Time to shorten up that swing now for Cole. Just get on base for Trout. You can tie it up at one swing.
Bouncer to second. One out.
My Hyundai key for this game. Keep pushing. Keep pressing the issue. Got a little energy going after that ejection from Jared Weaver. David Murphy homers to start the inning. Now the big part of the order for the Angels up here against Iwakuma. Especially when you look up, even though they talk about not looking up at the scoreboard, but everybody does. See Minnesota struggling tonight now. Houston losing earlier.
Two down.
Ball was hit well by Trout. Defended very well, though, by Robinson Cano. Good positioning. Again, going after that first pitch, being aggressive.
Pujols 0 for 2. I was going back to the book here quickly here. See action, the Angels pin. But talking about the home run by Murphy, and it's great that the Angels get on the board. 10 of the last 13 home runs the Angels have hit going back to September the 1st have been solo shots. Nobody on base.
That's what it comes down to. The inconsistencies, whether working a walk or a base hit, need more base runners. Not many opportunities to. You look at Trout's numbers as far as RBI. There hasn't been many people on base. Same thing with Pujols. When Trout has hit solo shots, Albert's come right up behind him doing the same thing. Not many guys on base.
Albert's had his issues all season long with men in scoring position. Fouls this one back. Those issues have been even greater the last 2 months of the season. Last couple of weeks dealing with a sore foot, but he's been trending downward since that terrific month of June that he had. Mike just hasn't gotten back to that swing he had in July. One of the best months of his big league career. 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But it is just a 2-run deficit. So Mike Scioscia decides to do in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cano, Smith, and Trumbo, lefty, righty due up for Seattle. Wesley Wright will come in, I would imagine. Bourne got the last out of the 5th. 2-2 to Albert. He pulls one foul.
I was talking to Mike Scioscia today. He thought he might have to mix and match again tonight with his bullpen later on in the game. That's exactly what's going to happen now.
Two from Iwakuma. Albert takes inside. Full count.
And That pitch about a baseball or two off the inside corner. Imagine he's going to come back with that splitter now.
Albert with a fly ball to left and a bouncer back to the mound. Asking for time now.
Went through the whole series assigned, whether it was a fastball in, away, split finger fastball, curveball, slider. Going to his curveball now.
Payoff pitch, breaking ball, and that's a called strike 3. And the Angels are done here in the 6th. They do get on the board. David Murphy hits his 10th of the season, a solo shot, 3-1. Seattle's ahead of the bottom of the 6th.
Got himself into a good fastball count. He got one on the inner half of the plate. Solo shot for Murphy.
Smith and Trumbo due up here. Wesley Wright takes over on the mound for the Angels. 2 1/3 innings, pitching in his 5th game with the Halos. Signed midway through the season and was at AAA for a little while. The Angels calling him up when the roster's expanded. He's got a couple of lefties to face to start off the 6th inning to keep this a 2-run deficit for the Angels. Robinson Cano tonight 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to right. Rips the first one into right field. And it's a leadoff single. Brings up Seth Smith. Cam Bedrosian getting ready for the Angels. Last batter here, I would imagine, for Wesley Wright. A couple of righties due up next. On the outside corner for a strike. Smith worked to walk in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th. Houston lost tonight. Angels with an opportunity to pick up a game in the wild card. Texas defeating them. Lost by the Angels. They would be 5 back in the West and would remain 3.5 back of the 2nd wild card spot. Minnesota's in the bottom of the 9th right now, trailing at 4-3. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Halos with a run on 4 hits. They've stranded 3 base runners. Seattle with 3 runs, 7 hits. They've left 3 as well. Bouncer toward the middle. Featherston to his right. Backhand it. Gloves it to Ibar. They turn the double play. 2 down.
That was smooth. Nice play. Featherston gets it, flips it with the glove. Eric Ibar will be able to complete a 4-6-3 double play. Nice job by Taylor.
Mike Scioscia's coming out to make the move. That's it for Wesley Wright. Take a look at that double play again.
Good flip to the bare hand. You don't flip it with the hand, you flip with the glove. You catch with the bare hand and throw with it.
Campbell-Drosian coming out of relief. 3-1 Seattle. Campbell-Drosian on in relief here. Pay fans time's running out on exclusive Angels experiences at the Big A. All Access Angels gives fans a chance to bid on great experiences like Steel Third and honorary bat kit. For more info and to bid on these experiences, visit angels.com/access. Camp pitching in his 28th game, 1-0 record and a 5.08 ERA. He'll face Mark Trumbo. 0 for 2. The pop up to third and a fly ball to left. That one caught the bottom part of the zone, but it's called ball 1.
.95 on both those fastballs so far from Cam. Key pitch for him is that consistency with his breaking ball.
Trumbo ahead of the countdown, 2-1. Two on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Danny Farquhar getting loosened now for Seattle. Halos have Crow and Ibar freeze coming up in the 7th. Twins have tied it up in the bottom of the 9th at Target Field. That's a call strike 3. Down goes Trumbo, and the 6th is in the books. 3-1 Seattle as we hit the 7th. Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. By the Palazzo, Las Vegas, where every key unlocks a suite. And by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. Top of the 7th at Seattle. Mariners up by the score of 3-1. Crow, Nybar, and Freeze coming up for the Angels. They've got a new pitcher on the mound, as Hisashi Iwakuma is done after 6 innings and 1 run, 9 strikeouts for the right-hander. Farquhar takes over his 36th game, 5.09 ERA.
Farquhar, a good fastball, though 90-94. There's a lot of cut fastballs, curveball, changeup. 40, a little over 40% of his pitches are going to be cut fastballs.
New center fielder for Seattle, James Jones, takes over as Brad Miller moves over to left field. So Trumbo is no longer in the game. Jones will bat at Trumbo's spot. Second appearance for Farquhar in this series. Pitched Monday night with 1 inning and all zeros for him. Jones, first pitch, fouls it back. Nine strikeouts tonight for Iwakuma, season high for him, surpassing 8 he had on August 2nd against Minnesota. No balls, 2 strikes. Crow 0 for 2 with a ground down and a strikeout.
Got off a tough curveball after a 93-mile-an-hour fastball outer part of the plate upstairs. Trying to flick that ball in the right field.
Lays off the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a called strike 3. 1 down. 10th time tonight the Angels have been punched out.
Paints that fastball. Outer part of the plate gets the call. Maybe just barely touched the outside corner of Fox tracks.
Ibar doubled off the wall in the 5th inning. Looking to strike. David Freese on deck. That's a strike. Top part of the strike zone. It's a count of 2-2. Pitch, skied out to center. Jones breaks back, now comes in. Calls off Marte, 2 down. Follow the Angels the rest of the season with MLB.com at bat. #1 app for live baseball. At bat up to the moment, at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today. 5 in a row retired by Mariners pitching since the home run by Murphy. Bring up David Freese.
It seemed like a pretty good matchup for Freese against Farquhar, especially with that cut fastball away, and he has that swing. He can drive it to right field, right center.
Didn't go. One ball, no strikes. David 1 for 7 in his career against Farquhar. 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Jones will come back out and pitch the bottom of the 7th. 2-0. He shoots one out to right. Smith moves back a couple of steps, puts it away, and the Angels go down in order. Stretch time here in Seattle. Mariners still up 3-1.
Bottom of the 7th inning. And now it's time for In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia, with Montero coming to the plate. Hit a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the 4th against Weaver. His 5th career home run off of Weaver in 12 at bats. First at bat, he jammed him. That one, he got a breaking ball out over the plate. The only runs of the game for Seattle, a 3-run home run from Montero.
Bottom third of the order, Montero, Miller, and Sucre. Cam Bedrosian, who struck out Trumbull to finish off the 6th. Oh, 2 toward the middle. Featherston is there. One away.
Good to see Featherston bounce back after a tough night at the plate last night, too. Pretty solid defensive plays since coming into the game for Ryan Jackson.
Brad Miller's coming up now. 0 for 2 tonight with a fly ball to left and a strikeout. Chopper to the left side. Freeze has it. 2 down. 2 quick outs for Cam. We'll bring up Sucre, the catcher. Halos in the 8th have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Perez, Featherston, and Murphy. Carson Smith getting ready. Tough right-hander. Farquhar works 1 inning, 1 strikeout.
Nasty stuff he has, that arm angle he throws at. Short arms it.
Sucre shoots one out to right center field. Cole is there in a quick inning for Cam Bedrosian. Retires the side in order. We head to the 8th. Halos down 3-1.
One bottom of the order coming up. I'm Patrick O'Neill, reminding you to stick around after the game for our Angels Live postgame show. I'll be joined by Jose Mota at this point. Of course, we'll have to talk about that Weaver ejection and a couple of leadoff doubles, Victor and Mark. Hopefully that's not going to be the theme of our postgame show without those runs being able to come in, and something can happen here. Angels can get it going, get some offense, and tie this thing up with the Mariners.
Yeah, offense has been lacking, especially over the last 3 games. I mentioned just the 11 games through the first, or 11 hits, I should say, the last 2 games. They've been held to just 4 hits so far tonight. They're facing a tough right-hander here in Carson Smith to start this 8th inning. Farquhar at 1-2-3 7th with a punch-out. Now it's a 25-year-old native of Dallas, Texas. Grew up in the Midland area to Texas State University, an 8th-round pick in 2011. And he's pitching in his 64th game, a 2-5 record at a 2.61 ERA.
Yeah, fastball's 91 to 96. Very good slider. Occasional changeup. It's all about the deceptive delivery he has. And great movement on the fastball.
Logan Morrison takes over at first base for Jesus Montero. Carson Smith and Kyle Kubica, college teammates at Texas State, both getting drafted in 2011. David DeJesus has come out to the on-deck circle, so he'll pinch hit for Taylor Featherston. Carlos looks to the strike. 1 for 2 tonight with a double and a strikeout. This was back up the middle, and Carlos Perez swing a hotter bat over the last couple of games.
Well, you're talking about using the whole field. He's been a doubles machine, hitting that ball back up the middle. Very important now. You bring that tying run to the plate. That ball was hit hard right back up the middle, too.
DeJesus pinch hitting now for Featherston. He's 0 for 2 in his career against Smith. Little flare out toward right center field. James Jones comes in. DeJesus got jammed. 1 pitch, 1 out. But here's Murphy. Homer in the 6th inning. 10th of the year. 42nd RBI. 1 for 3 night. Murphy's 0 for 3 in his career against Carson Smith. C.J. Cron is 5 for 9 in his career with 2 home runs against Smith. Johnny Giavitello is 4 for 4 with a home run, 4 RBIs. Trout 3 for 8, Ibar 3 for 7.
Amazing when you look at right-handed batters against Smith, 178.
Yeah.
Those numbers, 2 right-handed batters against him.
Bouncer to the right side, pass Morrison into right. Carlos will turn and head to third. Murphy picks up his 2nd hit, and the Angels have 2 men on with 1 out here in the 8th, with Calhoun coming up.
Another solid game for Murphy. Gets down on this baseball and gets it over Morrison's head. Just over his head. Now 1st and 3rd. And this is the time where, from Cole, this stink in terms of squaring up at baseball. But yes, you'd love to see him hit a 3-run home run. Your bottom line is you're trying to set up an opportunity to be able to get Trout and Pujols it up with a chance to either tie or take the lead here in this inning.
Cole 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 1st inning. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Calhoun 2 for 8. It's Carson Smith. 1 double, 1 RBI.
Extremely deep in the outfield, the Mariners are playing, so a base hit could allow Murphy to go to third himself and a run scored.
And Jones with his speed really deep in center as Cole bounces it foul. 0-2.
He's almost back on the warning track.
Yeah.
Be aware of that breaking ball in the dirt now if you're Carlos Perez at third. 6 wild pitches for Smith.
Cole just got a piece of it, fouls that one off his foot. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Smith wants Sucre to come out. A little conversation here. Trout on deck. Carlos a leadoff single. DeJesus saw 1 pitch, made it out. Murphy bouncing one past Morrison at first. First time tonight the Angels have had multiple base runners on board in any one inning. Quick throw to first. Murphy's back.
Try to throw a slider here now.
There's the 0-2. Cole goes down swinging, 2 outs.
Threw him a nasty slider in the dirt. Swung over top of it.
So it's up to Trout. Keep this going. 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. All 3 of those plate appearances against Iwakuma, who went 6 innings tonight.
These are these moments right now you look for the AL MVP to try to square up a pitch. Right now, a must game for the Angels right here. And you have Trout with an opportunity to tie it or take the lead with a swing.
3 for 8 in his career with a triple, a home run, and a couple of runs batted in. First one, slider off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes.
Seattle playing that no doubles defense in the outfield. See that bench looking on, hoping the Trout could square up a baseball.
Caught the inside corner with a fastball. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Slider, and Trout chases it, and the inning is over. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Seattle still leads it. Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet us your strongest fan photo to hashtag WestDataStrongFan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. Halos with runners at first and third and one out at the top of the 8th inning get nothing out of it. They are 0 for 6 tonight with men in scoring position. So it remains Seattle 3, Angels 1 as Cesar Ramos takes over on the mound. 57th game. He's 2-1 with a 2.23 ERA. It's at the top of the order coming up. And Marte, Seager, and Cruz. Caesar taking over for Bedrosian, who worked an inning and a third. Scoreless baseball, had one strikeout. Cam's outings the last couple of times out have been very, very good. Caesar with a new second baseman, Kyle Kubica, takes over. Second career game at second base. Got him playing the 10-1 game on Monday night. Ketel Marte 1 for 3. Lined into a double play his last time up. Switch hitter spins around. It's a 231 and 78 at bats from the right side this year. And he will take what should have been a strike.
That was
for
ball
good.
1. That was a pretty good pitch.
Shoots on the left. Lead off single. So the speedy shortstop on board now. Seager 1 for 2 with a double, a fly ball to right, a hit by pitch. That was Weaver plunking him in the 5th inning with 2 outs. Weaver immediately ejected. It's a roll foul. Pulled down the line, glove by Crone, touches the base, the tag play, and safe. Although it looked like it came off the bag, Ibar wants Scioscia to take a look at it. Now the minute Crone touches the base, it's a tag play at second.
Eric was really quick with that.
And it looks like they're going to review it. I wonder if it's one of those slides where you're on the bag and all of a sudden you switch feet again.
Exactly.
Love how Crone slaps the bag with his bare hand.
And a firm throw. See the slide on the base, and then in the air. Got him.
Right on the knee.
Second base has not been friendly to Marte today.
Yep.
Got him right there.
He go.
I mean, that should be quick. And that looks like it is going to be quick, and he's going to be out.
And now Kerwin Danley's got to go back and talk with Eric Ibar because he looked pretty. He was pretty sure that he had the call right at second base, and Eric seemed to be giving him a little bit of grief. Marte will have to head back to the dugout. 2 outs.
What a play by both C.J. Crone and Eric Ibar to keep that tag applied. He's talking to him. Featherson talking to Kerwin.
There's Nelson Cruz. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a couple of strikeouts. Also fouls the first one using a bat that looks like it's sponsored by Yellow Cab. All you need is the checkers on there. Just upstairs. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Halos in the 9th have Pujols, Crone, and Ibar. It's a scheduled 3 batters. Pulled foul. One-two pitch. Almost got him to chase it. Ramos wants an appeal. Not going to get it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Down goes Cruz, chases the off-speed pitch. Carlos will apply the tag. It's the 3rd out. We head to the 9th. The Angels are down 3-1. Pujols scheduled to lead things off for the Angels.
The top tier play of the game brought to you by Arco. The reason why Seattle's up 3-1. 2 men on base. A breaking ball to Montero from Weaver. Hits it out. 3-run home run. All the scoring in the game for Seattle. And that swing by Montero.
Tom Wilhelmsen comes in to take over for Seattle. 48th game, a 1-2 record, a 3.25 ERA, 10 saves on the season. He's got a pretty good curveball. He's got Pujols, Cron, and Ibar with the Angels down by 2 runs.
Back in that closer's role.
Yeah.
Fastball solid too, 92-97. Cut fastball. You mentioned his curveball and changeup. Remember last year they were considering making him a starter at one point. Back in the closer role.
Albert 3 for 15 in his career against the righty with a couple of doubles and a home run. Cron 1 for 3 and Ibar 1 for 8. Calhoun and Trout with opportunities to cut the deficit, but both struck out to end the 8th inning. It was against Carson Smith. The first one missed inside, but it's a called strike. Albert 0 for 3, a fly ball to left, the bouncer back to the mound, and a strikeout looking. Two balls, 1 strike. Helps in a Tucson native, 31 years of age, 7th round pick by Milwaukee in 2002. Albert pops it up. Sucre, the catcher, calling for it. 1 out. Cron looks at the fastball for a strike.
Wilhelmsen's been very good in his last 12+ innings. A lot more confidence, under control. Hitting the strike zone back-to-back power fastballs, 96-97.
Breaking ball. Cron 0 for 3. There's the 1-2 pitch. Another breaking pitch. It's 2-2. TJ's made a couple of nice plays defensively at first base tonight. A couple of hard hit balls too. Both off left-handed batters.
More and more repetitions at first base with Albert DHing.
Foul back.
It's a good hack on that fastball. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Found it straight back.
Breaking pitch hit towards short. Low throw dug out by Morrison. 2 down to the Angels, down to the last out here. And out away from missing out on an opportunity to pick up a game on the Houston Astros in the wild card race. Houston having lost earlier tonight to Texas. Angels would remain 3.5 back unless Ibar can get on base. Freeze do something to extend this game. Eric, a 1-for-3 game, doubled in the 5th. His 26th double, but he was stranded there. That happened twice tonight. Matter of fact, sorry, Gooby, but you had 3 innings of which you had a leadoff man reach. A double by Perez in the 3rd, double by Ibar in the 5th, a single by Perez in the 8th inning.
Yeah, some missed opportunities. You can't do that when you're facing some tough pitching. Like you see here tonight, the bullpen solid for Seattle, but Iwakuma on the mound.
One and two. The House is 1-2 pitches outside. Evens the count up. Six hits tonight for the Angels. 0 for 6 with men in scoring position. 2-2 now to Ibar. Full count.
Pretty tough pitch here. Sinking fastball. Just touching that lower part of the strike center corner of Fox tracks. Honora has not called that low pitch all night, though.
3-2. Ibar shoots one out toward left center field. Miller's not going to get there. That'll get down and go for extra bases. Eric's on his way to second. He will stop right there. A 2-out double. So it'll give the Angels at least an opportunity to bring the tying run to the plate. And the Mariners had just brought in Miller from left field with 2 strikes on Ibar to play him a little bit more shallow.
Anticipate him as trying to slap the ball to left field, but instead, and a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, middle part of the plate, drives that ball extremely well to left center field. Burke, Ibar, give him a second double, 27th double of the year.
Freeze takes low.
See Freeze trying to tell himself to stay back. Get a pitch, elevate it, and drive that ball hard to right center field.
David 1 for 5 in his career against Wilhelmsen. It's down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Lefties have been .326 against the right hitter. Righty's just 200. 2-0. Boy, that pitch is in off the plate. That is nowhere near the strike show. And it's 2-1. You go, I mean, that should be a 3-0 count.
It's well off the inside corner.
Ibar with a big lead at second. 2-1 pitch. Freeze chops this one to short. Marte has it on 2 hops. Over to first. Morrison digs it out. And the Mariners take the final game of the series by the score of 3-1.
Certainly had some opportunities to, at the very least, tie the game. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. A big swing of the game. Jesus Montero, 3-run home run against Jared Weaver back in the 4th inning after a flare to the outfield and an infield hit and that 3-run home run. The difference maker. Seattle wins this series 2-1.
Yeah, Jared suffers the loss and also ejected for the 2nd time in his career. And the Angels failed to gain ground in the second wild card race. They remain 3.5 back of the Houston Astros now is a long flight to Minneapolis to start a 4-game set tomorrow. Stick around, more of that on Angels Live postgame. That's coming up next.